In today's video we are going to do an unboxing and playing with the Atari Jaguar. Yeah, that sounds kind of weird, but you're getting the point. Let's go! The Atari Jaguar, a system that I do have some weird feeling with, because I can still remember the first time I ever experienced it, or at least saw it in the wild, with a flea market, that somebody was selling it me for way too much money. I never picked it up. I wish I did, because nowadays they are like crazy expensive. But when you're looking at the Atari Jaguar, it's a quite interesting concept. So this is the final thing they actually released, but many different titles. But if you're going to be buying this for your collection, is this even worth buying because of the games? Are they any fun? That is what we're going to be finding out today. On the box they also show an CD add-on, and I've been looking into it, but it's like super expensive and most of them there are all broken most of the time. However, when you're looking at the game list on the back, yeah, they're not really exciting. However, maybe there are some hidden gems on the Atari Jaguar that are worth buying when it comes to the device itself. And we've been playing all kinds of retro game systems, but is it that bad, or is it even better than this Philips CDI or maybe the 3DO? But today we're going to be doing an unboxing together, because I just wanted to share this experience with you. Let's see if I'm holding it in the right position. No, I don't. So let's do it like that, and let's do a quick overview in the insides. So there's a lot of cool stuff still in here from the original, let's say, buyer back in the day. It's kind of cool. You can just see over here Atari Holland, because yep, I am in the Netherlands. So there's still this piece of plastic in here. It's having the power supply. The seller or the previous collector sold it to me complete with RGB SCART cable, so I'm very glad. The controller of this thing is also included. I tried to find a second one, but also these things are super expensive, and there's even a super rare 6-button version, and everything Atari related is just crazy expensive. If you think about Neo Geo is going to be expensive, that is so expensive, but this is even going to be sometimes making no sense whatsoever. So this is the original cable with a very strange connector, and somewhere there needs to be an RGB cable. The manual itself, let's do a quick look in the inside. Hey, there's even an old piece of paper, and let's see what it says. I think this is joystick 50, so I'm guessing this is the receipt of the joystick that is normally purchased separately. And it's shaving it. There is no, I think there's no time of date, so that's a little bit of a downside. It will also be fun to see that, and some basic explanation about how to connect. And of course, thank you for your purchase of the Jaguar. Please note the following. Okay, so it's kind of cool. And in here we're having the device itself, and man, you know, fun fact, I think they sold these shells to a certain company that are making like these dental things, and yeah, so that's actually what the Atari Jaguar has become. But doesn't matter, we're holding it one in my hand over here. It says even getest, that's in Dutch for tested it. And let's do a quick overview and chit chat about it. And oh, I also get some games. But there are a couple of things you need to take consideration when getting into the Atari, the 64-bit interactive multimedia system. The reason why, because some of them can be faulty and don't work at all. The controller ports, man, what a weird choice they've made. They look like some weird old school VGA cable connections. And at the back, look at this. This looks so weird. At the left, we're finding the input for the power supply. And oh, please use an original Atari Jaguar, and if you don't have one, please use the right voltage. The connections of the AV out and the auto connection port is super weird. If you're looking at this connection, this is the weirdest connection I've ever seen. It's getting the feeling that they didn't have enough time to design a new connection at all. And at the right over here we're finding the TV out or the old school RF. So in my opinion, this is just like most epic design flaw ever, having no dust cover. Yeah. And the general design, let me know in the comments, what do you think of the looks of the Atari Jaguar? The controller, yeah, what about that? I already mentioned before we're having the 6-button and the 3-button. And well, they were calling that the Pro controller some kind. So when it comes to the D-pad, the overall controls, yeah, it does have like a lot of resistance when it comes to these original controllers. And there are also fake controls, I think also the 6-button ones. So you can just change out this piece over here, because we're having even more buttons. And you know, when you're getting a game like Cybermorph, you're also getting this piece of plastic, and in here we're finding all kinds of function keys. However, I don't have them with every single game, so that's going to be a challenge. But maybe you can buy them brand new, because there are always like creative people who are actually like making new things for old consoles. And yeah, I spent a fortune getting a couple of games for this review, and I did find some interesting things. So let's boot up the Atari Jaguar and let's see how much fun this thing actually is. And of course, share yourself the moment with the Jaguar and the intro. Let's start off with an adventure game. Let's see if this game is actually fun. Okay, one player. We're even having two players, two pads. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So guideline to guide, jump, whatever, see, looking. And I need to use the ABC and not ABC. Why didn't they do that? Okay, so let's start off with chapter. Did I press the right button to activate the game?
Sure. Let's all torch the bumster.
Okay, we had some voices going on, but there is no background music. Why is there no background music? What kind of soulless game is this? Okay, that's it. Oh man, this game sucks. Oh man, what a disappointment this freaking thing is. But let's get into the next game. The game was included, not in the box at this point, is the Cybermorph. But yep, this is one of the games that Angry Video Game Nerd were playing and when completely going into rage mode because this game is so horrible. So this is the most exciting soundtrack we have actually here now through all of the different games. But the downside is that we know, like Angry Video Game Nerd made a video about this and the game really sucks. Yeah. Yep, they wanted to do... Yeah, and that had us keep like saying, where did you learn to fly? And you're bashing into something.
Where did you learn to fly?
Yep, that's what I mean. Yeah, so, you know, it's an interesting game. Getting some Star Fox vibes over here.
Well done.
But there was no music when getting into the game.
Where did you learn to fly?
Yep, he was right. It's annoying. So next up, we're having over here Theme Park. Yeah, I've been playing that for, like I said, different systems. I stepped into the later version on the PC, but this is absolutely pure nostalgia. And it even came in a protector box where you can already see that there's a lot of stuff going on when it comes to these boxes. Oh yes, Theme Park. This is absolutely a classic one. But, you know, playing Theme Park on a console with just a cursor. Okay, so set up a new theme park. Let's go. And here we're having Bullfrog and all the other thing and the craziness that we need to basically get into. Easy mode, and let's start. So at this point I'm not really fond of this overall experience when it comes to the mouse cursor. I'm guessing you need to buy. Okay. Balance. Okay, we need to choose what kind of stage we want. Buy. Okay. And can we now start? There we go. And oh man, look at those graphics. Oh. Here we can choose the different kind of stuff, like the bouncy castle. We can just basically place it under there. The intro. I'm guessing this is the outro, where people leave. Now we can make the road to there. A classic game that is not unique to the Atari Jaguar is the Syndicate, and the Syndicate is a very interesting game, but this has been released on many systems, including I think it's also the PlayStation 1. And what is also cool that we're having over here Wolstein 3D. However, this isn't reproduction. Yep, and we have these for the Atari Jaguar. Wow, it's a miracle. We do have some soundtracks with a particular game. So Syndicate, begin the mission, just start, and let's see what this game does. It has been a super long time that I actually played this game. I can remember that a friend of mine has this on his PlayStation, I think it's called. Okay, so let's go accepting. Also the menu works very clunky. And yeah, we can equip with all kinds of cool stuff, but let's go with it. Loading mission. Wow, loading, seriously? We have loading on the Atari Jaguar. What? Okay, but let's move on into this and let's see how this works. Oh man, the graphics on this. Oh, this looks really bad. It's more like this Canon fodder or flodder or whatever it is called. It's one of those very classic games. This looks slightly better, but oh man, oh man, oh man. And what is also cool that we have over here Wolstein 3D. However, this isn't reproduction. Yep, and we have these for the Atari Jaguar. The seller didn't scam me, he told me that this wasn't reproduction, and I bought it because I just wanted to showcase it here. Just wanted to showcase there are like fake games, so be careful if you're spending a lot of money. Yeah, the one of the giveaways you can already see that is the glossy box. When you're seeing at the Syndicate, that is like this matte finish, so that's one of the giveaways. And the overall quality, yeah, it's not the same. So let's talk about that there is no manual, but also the game looks completely different. So the game, the cartridge, there is absolutely nothing to complain about that, but you can see already over here this is absolutely a fake label too. So maybe you find this bootleg game now in the wild. That's one of those giveaways. You can see that my label is completely like destroyed, but it is glossy where this is a matte finish. But again, like the cartridge itself seems to be looking quite legit, and it also weighs completely different. And in here we're finding that the PCB is in completely different color. But we're going to be testing this later on the system, that it even works, because I didn't test it before. This bootleg, or at least this Wolstein 3D, seems to be looking quite nice when it comes to the animations. Okay, we have him briefing. Okay. So the conversion of this Wolstein game is quite good. Then we're having over here Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. I'm very curious if this is going to be any good. I can still remember that I picked it up from a seller, had a couple of games, and later on the complete game in box was for sale for not like a lot of money. Oh man, I felt so annoyed. However, that happened. Okay, so when getting into the Bruce Lee game, this seems to be looking quite nice. So when you're looking at the character, how it moves and everything else. We do have some background music going on, so that's a freaking miracle. I don't think we don't have any combos. Oh, we can do the flying kick. Okay, that's cool. The damage I'm doing with this guy is absolutely ridiculous low. So these matches will take forever when it comes to that, but the overall gameplay, it's not super bad. I need to get hang of it, that's a fact, but hoppa. But that's it. I was hoping that I can walk through a stage or some kind and having some cool action there. It doesn't matter. Doom, of course, the release. I think this is one of the more horrible ports to the Doom series. I completely forgot some time ago that I bought this Doom game, and they also sent me a reproduction, or at least they actually said to me, it's like, hey, this is not the real Doom, we do have the box, but there is Doom 2 in this. So I know that they haven't released it, or is this like a custom game, but let's plug it in and let's see if it's any good. Okay, what the hell is going on over here? It says Doom, but it says Doom 2 on the cartridge. But this seems to be absolutely, let's say, a new game. This is not like the original Doom game. Or is it? Doesn't matter. The graphics looking freaking awful. Seriously, like this looks absolutely horrendous when it comes to this. No background music. Let's squash myself. Oh, that's it. I was thinking I'm going to be squashing myself in this part, but nope. Still no background music. The Silent Doom, yeah. So then, of course, the Kazumi Ninja. That was, I think, a fighting game, and this is one of the highlights for this let's say Atari Jaguar is more like the rip-off for Mortal Kombat. But let's take a close look at the original game and let's see how the manual is and everything in the inside. I already looked at the bootleg with the Wolfenstein 3D. So finding these games complete is going to be a challenge due of the cardboard, because these things were completely destroyed most of the time. So in here we're finding all kinds of information. Everything is in English. Okay, so here it shows actually what you need to do. The keypad. In here we're finding all kinds of things you can do in the game, explanations. Man, I love these like manuals. Don't you think they should bring those things back? It's just fun. And of course the game itself. The label, you can just see that the labels are not perfect at all. But let's plug this thing in and let's have some old school fun with some Atari Jaguar. Moving into one of those, let's say, classic games, Kazumi Ninja. And with this particular game they were trying to push the Atari Jaguar to the 64-bit stuff.
Kazumi Ninja.
Okay, and I can tell you that this was kind of strange game. Pressing start will give you all of the information that we can get. For example, having in here like difficulty, gore level. Oh, we can basically put it on combat, disturbing. Oh, seriously, gore fest. Oh, okay, press OK. Let's get into this. So one of the things they try to push this thing is the way how you need to select a character. What you need to do is walking through, let's say, the stage over here and choose your fighter. However, when you're just looking at it, it feels so clunky with low frames per second. But here you can choose your character. So here we can look at the bio and choose him over here. So I want to choose the opponent, so let's choose this character. And now we're going to be starting up the game. What is wrong with the traditional? I must give them some extra kudos for actually trying something different, but this is not the way how I want to experience. Just give me a selection screen. Oh man, and this needs to be like the rip-off of Mortal Kombat. Like blood spilling every single time I'm just going to be punching somebody. You know how you need to play these games is just try to block what I'm not doing and push him in the deck. Oh, by the way, that's what the guy constantly does, like trying to punch me in the deck and just sliding. Oh, this game is so freaking annoying, and the controllers don't even start about that. I can't get any moves out. I have no idea what I'm doing. Seriously, like this is maybe the worst Mortal Kombat clone that I have ever seen. The movements, everything. There is no dynamic, there is no soul into this freaking game. So I didn't pay a lot of money for the Kazumi Ninja, but this is another game that makes me wonder why I actually bought this Jaguar thing. Seriously. Retro HQ is one of those very cool devices that you can pick up for the Atari Jaguar and use an SD card, or actually this is just a flash card for your Atari Jaguar, where you can just have the option to play all of the games fairly easy. So it's absolutely an awesome way to play with some Atari Jaguar and experience your games so much easier. However, that is something we're going to be checking out in a later video and dedicated to the Jaguar EverDrive. Game Drive, or also known as the flash card. But when you're looking at the Atari Jaguar, it's going to be super expensive to buy a system complete in box, and without box they're also very expensive. And I already mentioned before, you need to be very careful and double checking if your system is working. However, the game collection I'm having here, I'm not getting really excited for the system now. Let me know in the comments what is your experience with Atari Jaguar. Thank you all for watching, consider subscribing, and it will be great to see you in the next video.